framework of this round, you must weigh this on the amount of American lives that will be saved. And if we are able to prove that we save more American lives, then Khan has won the round. So for the contention 1, they give information from 2014 about how ISIL has doubled its territory in Syria and how it is earning $3 million annually from its oil revenue. But we can prove from evidence from 2015 that ISIL has already lost 25% of its territory in the Middle East and that its oil revenue has dropped by 95%. Furthermore, they talk about how ISIL has spread it into Southeast Asia, but we can prove that this spread doesn't harm the United States at all due to the fact that these branches are halfway across the globe and they can't reach us. And finally, they talk about how lone wolf strikes will be inspired by the US, but the lone wolf strikes that have occurred have all been easily countered by the United States government. So this comes to naught. For the contingent 1 subpoint B, they talk about mass killings, but yet it is not in America's interest to intervene on these mass killings due to the fact that America would lose American lives, and this is 100% chance that we will sustain casualties due to the fact that ISIL will not just take this beat down and withdraw. And also, Judge, if you don't buy this evidence, then you must also look at the fact that they're being non-topical due to the fact that it is not in the best interest of the United States. For the contention 1 subpoint C, they talk about how ISIL is currently earning $300 million annually, making it one of the wealthiest terrorist groups in the world. But we can prove to you that ISIL has already lost 95% of its oil revenue. In fact, it has set fire to 2 out of its 4 oil revenues, so the Iraqi forces won't be able to recapture it. For their contingent 2, I would just like to show that it is airstrikes that must also cooperate with ground troops due to the fact that before US-led airstrikes, ISIL was able to blitz across the Middle East with nothing able to stop them. But once we have initiated an airstrike coalition, ISIL has started losing 25% of its land. In fact, with the help of airstrikes and a combination of Shiite militia and the Iraqi military, we have been able to retake the strategic city of Tikrit, thus depriving ISIL of one of its most prominent oil fields in the region. And also, with airstrikes, we have been retaking the northern part of Ardami. So as you can see, all we need to do is have airstrikes work with the Iraqi forces and the local and just regional forces in general, due to the fact that the United States is already supplying them with weapons and training. And finally, for the contention 2 subpoint B, is that we must not conduct a small raid. That is not conducting an offensive. That is not invading. That is simply just going in and eliminating a small group of leaders, and this isn't fighting at all. Instead, it is more on the lines of assassination. Furthermore, we would like to extend the fact that if we intervene, then all that's going to happen is sectarian conflict will occur, and American anti-Americanism will increase in the region. Thus, America will be unable to pull out in a swift victory that they have talked about, and instead we will be forced to stay in and try to negotiate with these with all these militia groups and these ethnic groups and try to restore peace, which will inevitably lead us and which will inevitably drag us into a greater war and a longer war, thus pointlessly losing a lot of American lives. Thus, we negate.